1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Hi everyone, we're back with another quick update on the blind knocking tutorial. So I mentioned in that video that some of these skills are quite basic and elementary, so when we go through these skills we don't really think about what we're doing, and therefore some things become subconscious or unconscious and we don't remember to bring them up. One thing which I kind of overlooked was how to find the knock. So our process was to pull the arrow, put it on the bow, find the knock, and then put it on the string. And didn't say how to find the knock because, again, these things seem so basic that we just do it naturally. But after watching a few people trying to do this, there is something which I probably should mention as well, and that's how to find the knock. Now, what many people experience when learning to shoot and learn the blind knock is simply not knowing where the knock is. So it looks like this. You're positioned to shoot, and you pull the arrow out, and then you're like, where's the knock? And you're just like grabbing it, and just grab it and you fumble with it. So sometimes that can be a bit of a problem that can slow you down and get you a little frustrated. So I want to share a quick tip with you on how to make sure you always find the knock, and that is a method which some people call tracing the arrow or tracing the shaft. The advice I give is to make sure you use tactile feedback. A lot of it isn't mystique or magic or some kind of secret skill which historical archers have. It's actually simply the fact that they have a lot of subconscious actions, and using touch is a great way to compensate for not looking at what you are doing. So what I do is when I place the arrow on the bow, I use my hand to follow the shaft all the way down to the knock. And you often hear the microphone pick up the feathers too. So you hear the of the feathers as I do this every single time. I didn't realize I did this until I do watch my old videos, and I heard the sound every single time. That's a very distinct way of telling that I'm doing the same method. So again, put the arrow on the bow, trace the shaft all the way down to the knock, feel the alignment of the knock, and then push it forward and knock. So we'll see it in action on the bow, trace the shaft, find the knock, and then knock it, and then of course shoot. And do it again. Do it slowly. Trace, knock, push forward, and shoot. Okay, and again, each time you will remember how to find the knock. It's not about going quickly, it's about doing it reliably. And as we said before, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Don't try to go super quick, just simply do a reliable method each time. And you'll get faster as you get more practice. And again, the key here is that I'm not trying to go faster than I would normally go, but we're going through each step and repeating it every single time. You maintain a rhythm which is generally faster than going too quickly and then making mistakes. So again, notice how each time I go through my process, I'm physically touching the arrow all the way through. Again, one of those really subtle things which no one really pays attention to, but when you learn to do it yourself and doing it quickly, these are things which will help you. So trace, knock, shoot. So trace, knock, and shoot. And it's the same thing each time. That's why it's very important to practice these skills. It works in every loading method. So if you're shooting mounted style with the knock held up, same thing, you trace it. So that way you never lose track. See what I did there? So I was going too quickly, wasn't paying attention. That's a very common mistake, and the mistake which people make, which slows them down. It's going so quickly that you go, oh, you just slip off the knock completely, had to find it again and look for where it is. So probably the most common mistake that people make when doing it too quickly is pulling the arrow out really quickly, like that, or then losing every sense of direction here. Something else which can slow things down is if you accidentally pinch too hard and you end up flipping the the shaft back and forward. So you expect the knock to be somewhere, but you end up flicking it away from yourself. That's why the solution, the quick fix, is to maintain contact with the shaft all the way through. You don't lose control of it by flicking back and forward. You don't lose where the knock is. You have to try and find it with your fingers. So every single time on the bow, follow the shaft, and then you can knock. So this may be a little trivial, but it's also important because a lot of people get flustered by these small mistakes. And if you're trained to shoot rhythmically, then losing the knock will break your count. So by maintaining contact all the way through, you never lose the arrow and you always maintain your rhythm. If you do a 4 count, it'll be part of your first step. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and I broke my rhythm there. Let's do it again properly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're doing the whole movement thing, you can do same sort of thing. Then have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's why it's important to learn some of these small tips, not because they're cool and flashy, but they're reliable. So if you do make mistakes, you can correct them. If you do lose the arrow, you can find out where it is. If you knock poorly, you misgrab it, you can still find the knock by tracing the shaft all the way down. That's my quick addition to blind knocking. I hope that helps. If you have any more tips, feel free to share them below. And if you have any questions or problems you're facing, then of course you're welcome to add in the comments. Anyway, I'm the Sensei. Thank you for watching. Hope you're safe where you are, and hopefully we'll see you next time.